the world looking for understanding of the times that we live in. Hunting and gathering first-hand information, challenging definitions of sin. I travel the world looking for lovers of the ultimate beauty, but never Celine. I am a wanderlust king.
Hey everybody! Welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. Last time, we prevented Lorem from drowning.
Yay!
That's about it, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
We literally told him to get out of that puddle before he hurts himself. This time, we're gonna sleep. That's all this episode is. See you.
You're gonna watch us sleep. Yay!
Chapter 4?
Should I get the nasal problem fixed?
I just got out of the shower, so, like, I'm very light fucking headed. I don't have much food in my system, so I'm kind of fucking starving myself, and...
Well, you should also...
Why didn't you eat?
Because I wanted to get back here with you guys and continue this.
Okay.
Are you seeing what this game is doing to me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, all day until you guys got online, I was just sitting there, like, playing music and looking at the clock, clicking through random web pages, hoping that one of you would get on so I could start doing this.
Aww. Look at the... Wait, why do you... This is one thing I was wondering. Why is there wallpaper on the ceiling?
That's true! I never know... Why?
I don't know.
What is it, like wallpaper of little dragons flying around the fucking ceiling lamp?
Yay! Instead of saying I see stars, I see little dragons.
See the little dragon cars?
Hi, Sebastian. Every day, just like clockwork. He's got something for me. Envelope from the facility. Ba 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 ba. Usually the system doesn't say that.
What does it say?
So it turns out you've seen this before. Either you could watch this again, or we could save some time and skip ahead just a bit.
It might go right to the area with Maverick or so.
Yeah, we could just skip ahead.
No need. No, don't skip.
Really? Really?
It won't cause you to sacrifice Bryce immediately.
Go on.
As you wish.
There's Bryce.
Gasp! It's Maverick.
We already know this one from the last time.
I'll do it.
If you say you go in, he will not go in.
Huh?
I swear. At this point in time, because you've done Bryce's thing, he will not go in now.
I'm curious to see this just because you fucking said so.
You get this notion, it's like, I feel feeling I shouldn't go in. And what does Sebastian do? He actually looks... Watch.
Actually, I'm not sure if this is a good idea.
See?
Chief! Sebastian, what are you doing here? I told you to stay put. Don't go inside, Chief! Why? What's the problem? There's a device on the inside of the door. I think it might be a trap. I didn't tell you to look inside. I'm sorry, Chief. I just had a feeling that something terrible would happen if I didn't. Let's just check it out.
Yay, something different.
That was a pretty close call, you know. Too bad Reza wasn't there after all. Maybe he ran when he saw us approach. Strange for him to leave everything behind, though. Even everything he's stolen. All the generators are still here. Do you think this trap was for us in particular? Stuff we've already seen, blah blah blah. Make bombs out of generators. Reza figured it out. You know, maybe you should show initiative more often. Yes! Point Sebastian in my direction, Bryce! Thank you, Chief. Yes, I am suggesting you abandon your fucking post, Sebastian. Visit the witness!
Visit the witness. Go ahead. What are you doing, man?
Saving. What else does it look like?
Because we saved Lorem from a grueling death.
Oh, it's you. Can I help you? Yeah, I'm working with the police and hoped you could answer a few questions. Because I responded to your call for witnesses about last night, right? Yes. Alright, what do you want to know? Can you tell me what happened? Sure. I was running an experiment in my home laboratory and waiting for it to finish.
Oh, first you made him into a vampire, now you're turning him Italian.
Around 2 a.m., I suddenly hear a few bangs outside. They reminded me of small explosions. It sounded like they were coming from just around the corner. I see. Did nothing about this seem unusual to you? Not really. I know I've caused a few similar disturbances with my experiments before. If someone else decided to take up home experimentation, they certainly have my approval. Besides, I wasn't in any position to abandon the experiment that was running at the time, or else it could have had a similar outcome. Thank you. I think that'll be all. No problem. By the way, are you going to meet with Lorem again anytime soon? I don't know. Why are you asking? You've hung out with him a few times now. You see, he doesn't have many friends, and I think he's starting to like you. That's not really unusual. It's just, if something happens the next time you meet, don't be mad at him, okay? Okay.
What is he referring to?
He's gonna just try to jump on me, rip my clothes off, and fuck me on the couch.
Don't be mad if you tries to fuck
And
you.
I'm going to take the eggs to the hatchery.
Okay, go ahead.
Yay!
No, don't come with us. Sorry, but no college boys allowed.
Hey, Furea, right? What are you doing here? Oh, I just came by to drop these off. Drop what off?
Este.
The stolen eggs. I figured the hatchery would want them back. Oh, I was actually gonna get those from the police department later. I'm so glad they got back safely. Emily, stop chewing my leg! It's tasty! Oh, well. Anyway, I was just about to go inside, so I'll take those off your hands. Thanks for bringing them here. No problem. Any chance I can get to meet with a dean, I'm gonna take it. Thanks for all your help. Take care of the remaining tasks so you can get the rest of the day off. I'm sure you have things to do other than helping the police department. Wandered into the kitchen as I considered tonight's dinner. Just the sound of me hitting the floor. I still think it's hilarious, like this happens the one time Sebastian's not guarding me, you know?
Yeah.
The one time I'm unguarded, I get knocked the fuck out and kidnapped.
Someone's been watching and waiting.
So it turns out you've seen this before. Either you could watch it again, or we could save some time and just skip to the character selection.
Skip.
It usually did not have that much text before.
It's probably because now you've finished so many endings. Now it's like, oh, alright, I get it.
Fair enough.
As you wish.
Nothing for me to do this morning. Guess they don't need me at the police department. I got messages. Hey, it's me! Do you want to meet up again? I know you're busy, but the summer festival is coming up soon. I'm not saying we should go, but we certainly could if you want to. In any case, call me back when you hear this.
Hey, Lorem! I just got your message!
Lorem, I got your message. What the fuck do you want?
It's already nighttime.
Yeah, I know, right? Took him forever to get here. Hey! Hey, Lauram. So this is where you live.
Of course you know, if you intruded on this door before.
I want to punch him! I want to punch him right fucking now!
Oh, just keep going, keep going.
You already got a glimpse when you delivered Reza's letter, remember? Yeah, but back then I didn't really notice anything. I was nervous. Why were you nervous? Well, there was the fact I was going to speak to a human. Plus, I didn't know if you'd actually listen to what I had to say. And then I also wondered if I was going to remember everything I wanted to tell you, or worse, if I'd get thrown out again, like when I talked to Reza. You actually talked to Reza? Well, not really. He just took the letter I had for him and closed the door, but that was before you arrived here. Do you know who sent the letter? It came through the portal, so I assumed it was from a human. I see. Oh, that must be the sphere you found. Lorem walked up to the table and picked up the round object I found at the park. Yeah, maybe you can help me find out if it's actually Ipsum's or not. Sure! Looks like it has no battery, though. He turned the sphere a few times, then placed it on its base and plugged it in. You've assembled the Ixamen sphere! Actually, it was Lorem. This should be his achievement. He touched the base in a peculiar way. In response, writing appeared on the sphere's surface.
See, there you go. Looks like a bowling ball, without any holes. So, he's a fortune teller.
It looks like this really is Ipsum's sphere. He'll be relieved to know that it was found. So what can we actually do with it now? Nothing really, unless you know the password, that is. Well, that's a shame. I do happen to know his password, but that's only for emergencies. No playing around with the sphere then. Got it. By the way, did you hear about Ipsum? Apparently he's become a witness for a murder case. Yeah, I actually took his statement about that not too long ago. Really? Oh, does that mean this has something to do with Reza's disappearance? There's really no use denying it by this point. How long have you been helping the police anyway? Since the day of my arrival, really. Oh wow, I guess that explains why you've been so busy. I imagine you can't talk about it, though. I don't really care anymore. Besides, I think it has become common knowledge by this point. You're trying to find Reza, right? Wasn't he your friend? Not sure I'd call him that. Still, he was supposed to be your partner in this, and now he's just gone. I'm more worried about what he's doing now. Even if we find him, this may put our diplomatic relationship in peril. I guess I shouldn't talk about stuff like that. Why not? It's no use worrying about things that I can't change. Right, just focus on things you can. That's my philosophy. You know, this is a bit of a shame you didn't want to go to the festival. I already had my fair share of adventure the last time we met. Besides, I should probably lay low for now. You're right. The crowds would probably go crazy if they saw you. We could still watch the big fireworks show together, though. We wouldn't even need to go to the festival grounds to do that. Sure, if you like. It only takes place at the end of the festival, though. When's that? A few days from now. You've been here a few minutes and already want to schedule our next get-together? Get-together, that's an odd way of phrasing it. Would you prefer if I called it a date? I don't know. It just seems a bit odd to me, considering all this started with me begging you to meet me so I could draw pictures of you. We did that, and then we went treasure hunting, which was your way of saying thanks. What would you call what we are doing here now, then? Dinner. I invited you for dinner. I'm not seeing anything to eat here, though. That's right, because I wasn't sure about what's in the kitchen. Also, I don't know what you like, so let's just order something. There are a few places nearby. Do you have anything in mind? Not really in the mood to try something new. Sure, how about pizza? Sounds good. Back to pizza!
Yay, pizza!
Alright, let's just call Pantoli's then.
Oh gosh.
They already let us down with the treasure hunt. Why do you think this will be different?
They're the closest.
They're the closest, and I haven't ordered from them in ages. Maybe for a good reason. They can't even get the treasure hunt right. I don't want to know what they do to their pizzas. It's just a pizza, Furea. How bad could it be? Alright, if you want to vouch for Pantoli's, go ahead. Lorem took the sphere from its base and started manipulating its interface with his fingers. What are you doing? Looking up the menu! I thought using Ipsum's sphere was only for emergencies. He went into my room when he was looking for the sphere, and he isn't allowed to do that unless it's an emergency. It's the least he can do, considering you found it for him. Alright. If you don't want pizza, I can just put it back and we can order something else. You already touched the sphere, it's too late to put it back now. If you say so. Let's see, even their smallest pizza is going to be pretty big for me. We could share one. Sure, what toppings would you like? I think I'll go with salad.
It doesn't really matter. Well, don't just seriously, salad on pizza? I just feel like, don't knock it till you try it.
That's a new one. Sounds interesting. Interesting enough to try it? I'll look at the other options first. Alright. Here's the menu. What would you like on your half?
I always choose grapes. I don't know why, I just choose grapes each time, because he's choosing salad, I'm like,
I'll take salad.
Might as well.
I always go pepperoni.
Really? Alright. And it's done. The order has been placed. For the next 30 minutes, Lorem showed me many of the other, and less useful, features of the Ixamen sphere. He made it levitate, showed me a primitive-looking website, and even used it as a voice modulator. I'll get it! Lorem got up and walked to the door. From my place on the couch, I couldn't see anything, but I heard a bit of talking before you returned to me carrying the square box. The flyer who just delivered this. I actually know her. Guess it's not unusual for you to know each other. Your jobs are pretty similar. I suppose. Some things never change in this town. Lorem opened the box and showed me the pizza we had ordered. Memories of days gone by raced through my head. Alright, let's get this party started. Don't we need more people for a party? With pizza, anything's a party. I feel I haven't had pizza like this in ages. What are you waiting for, then? I took one of the slices. On its surface, there was an obvious layer of grease that was sure to stain anything it came in contact with. What do you think? It's been way too long. I guess you don't mind that we got Pantolis now, huh? With these words, he grabbed one of the slices on his half and bit into it. After chewing a few times, his expression suddenly twisted into a scowl. Something wrong? Now I remember why I haven't ordered from Pantolis in a while. Their pizza sucks. It's not that bad. Maybe you just haven't had good pizza to compare it to. Hey, it's still better than nothing. I suppose. By the way, how's your game coming along? I don't know. I feel like I've hit a wall. We've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah, it's called developer's block.
Yeah, that's... I have writer's block and artist block all the time. I know those fucking feels. Why is that? Maybe I got in over my head, you know? The more I progress, the more progress I make, the more it becomes apparent that I'll need a lot more help than I thought. So far, you're the one who's been working on this, right? Yep, but I'm starting to realize that it won't work out if I continue like this. Why not? It would never be done, or if it was, it would be very different from what I'd like it to be, so something needs to change. I suppose I'm just worried because once you start involving other people, things get a lot more complicated. How so?
Well...
I've always been the odd one out, so I'm not sure how well I could work with a team. You have to find people, work out how to pay them, and how to divide the work. I guess I'm just starting to realize what kind of investment this would actually be. You sounded a lot more optimistic the last time we talked about this. Yeah, it's all fun and games when you're just thinking about ideas you could turn into a game. But once you actually start working on it, it's a completely different story.
I can vouch for that.
At some point, it just becomes another job.
Yep,
Isn't that what you expected?
Arduous project.
Of course it is. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I guess I'm just not sure if it's all worth it. That depends on why you're making it in the first place. Last time you said that you had nothing to lose either way. Well, maybe I was wrong about that. I do have something to lose. What's that? Myself. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do what's necessary to finish what I started. If you think about it, what's the worst that could happen? Investing a lot of time and money only to end up with nothing in the end? I could end up disappointing those who play my game, those who collaborated with me, and lastly, myself. And that's what you're worried about? That's what being a creator is like. If you put tons of work and effort into something, you want people to like it, right? If that's not what's going to happen, why do it in the first place? But you're not doing this for other people, are you? It's your game, your idea after all. Right, but you're not trying to cater to someone else, so what other people think is not important. Besides, what they think is outside of your control anyway. Just look what happened with Pantolis. Why do you think their pizza sucks? They probably cut a lot of corners during production with the ingredients. They value quantity over quality and are only trying to get as many pizzas out as possible to satisfy demand. They are cheap and the pizza tastes like it. Okay, but they are still in business, so this must be working out for them somehow. Even if you don't look like it, they are offering something other people clearly want. They probably don't give a damn whether or not you like their pizza. I'm sure they don't. They just give people what they want, and that's why they stay in business. Are you saying that I won't be successful if I don't cater to others? No, I'm saying that unless being successful is the goal, you don't need to cater to anyone else. Because if you did, you would end up like Pantolis, and you would really lose yourself. I guess you have a point. So what if other people like their greasy pizzas? It's not what you want to do. Certainly not. You said yourself that your philosophy is to focus on the things you can change. So what are your options here? A wise person once said, do or do not. There is no try.
And a fucking Star Wars reference.
I believe that actually came from somewhere else before Star Wars. But yeah, anyways.
Yoda made it famous.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can't deny that.
Not doing this has never been an option for me. Then you make the most of it, and nothing else matters. I think you're right. I should just focus on getting things done as best as I can. Who knows? Maybe you're wrong about Pantolis. Maybe they're actually a big family restaurant with rich tradition and history. And that's why people like them. No, I think it's just because they have cheap pizzas. Anyway, there's a good reason for my anxiety. I usually keep to myself, and that's how I've always worked. That's always how I've worked best. If there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that people fear what they don't know. I guess that's an odd thing to say when humans are worshipped by many. Most of them don't actually know any humans. Not like how I know you. Maybe I should rephrase that. People are afraid of what they don't understand. I was bullied a lot when I was a kid. You and me both. You know, it can be pretty tough when you're growing up and all the other kids are always bigger than you are. Luckily, that was never a big problem for me. Even in kindergarten, we got told not to make fun of our differences because of how different our species are. It's just odd for a society that celebrates our differences. There are still things that are too different even for them. When I grew up and went to college, I thought that people would know better than to continue doing those horrible things, but I was ultimately proven wrong. Their bodies may have been those of adults, but their hearts stayed the same place they were a decade before. Working on my own has helped, but that is treating the system, not the cause of the problem. I can't always just run away, and I'll have to step into the limelight and be brave and brave the storm again if I want to finish this game. There's something about me that you don't know. In a way, I owe it to you. I owe it to you to tell you, because you're going to find out sooner or later anyway, and when it happens, it should be on my terms rather than someone else's. What is it? I'm a hermaphrodite.
You thought someone else was a hermaphrodite, but nope, it was Lorem.
I knew there was going to be one of them in this game.
Well, yeah, I can understand. Growing up like that, you get ridiculed.
I was born with both sets of sex organs, and before you ask, that is not something that is at all common in any of our dragon species. In the eyes of some, that makes me a freak of nature, something that needs fixing, or shouldn't exist in the first place.
I don't
Get
mind.
out! I don't mind. You don't?
You don't?
That means he can go either way.
Sure. Some people may think it's odd, but I really don't care. It's just another part of who you are. Thank you.
I don't mind if they are.
That's such a big relief. You know,
I know.
It's not always the bullies who go after me once they know. It's not always the bullies who go after me once they know. Too often, it's also been people who I thought were my friends. So whenever I meet another person, I have to prepare myself for this conversation, not knowing whether they'll suddenly turn against me when they find out. And the reactions can be very different. Some get angry or make fun of me. Others feel betrayed and don't want to have anything to do with me anymore.
I've seen comics about that.
By now, I think I've seen it all. I'm so glad you're not like them, but it's always a gamble. Maybe the next person I tell is going to become violent. How can I put myself out there when this could happen wherever I go? You know what I mean? What will people do when they find out about me in my game? I just don't know. That's what I'm worried about. I wish there was a place I could be safe from all that, where it just wouldn't matter that this is who I am. If someone like you, someone with a place of authority, said something, maybe that could change things. I know you can't interfere with our politics, though. You're an ambassador. That doesn't mean I don't have hope that something like that will eventually happen one day. I should probably go now. It's getting late. You've made me feel a lot better, though. You told me not to worry about the future, and maybe you're right. Sure, there is still a lot of work ahead, but maybe it's not as hopeless as I thought. Never is. Hey, do you still want to see the fireworks show together? Sure. Alright, just give me a call in a few days so we can discuss the details. I'll do that. Alright, I'll see you then. See ya.
Don't leave!
He's never coming back!
Let's get some sleep.
No sex. Hope and intuition.
You're hoping that your intuition that he's gonna want to jump your bone while I'm doing the fireworks is gonna be correct.
Today is the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? After all this, I'm just gonna go alone. I'm going with Lorem. See how this ending plays out. I bet Lorem's gonna fucking die. Okay, let's put our cards on the table before this even goes through. Lorem's gonna probably die or get injured. Maverick's fucking dead.
Pretty much at this point, Maverick's just a given. Let's go.
That is another reason I think Adin's good ending is probably the best ending so far. Because at least Maverick makes it out alive.
Yeah. Wounded but alive.
Oh, I still have Ipsum Zixamin Sphere. I can give it to Lorem when I meet them. Take the sphere.
Take the sphere.
Yeah. See, this is where you can get either ending right there.
So Lorem's is like right at the ass end.
Yeah, you have to have the sphere available to be able to make the choice of one or the other.
The sooner Ipsum gets it, the better. I
Yeah.
took the sphere and put it in one of my pockets before I headed out to meet Lorem. Not sure how I had the ability to fit that into a pocket.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where if you want the bad ending, it's pretty easy.
Hey, Furea! You were right. This will be much better than mingling with the crowds. I can do without all the extra noise and screaming. Yeah. So what are we gonna do now? Wait! Oh, I also brought Ipsum's sphere. Maybe it can finally find its way home. Great! Would you mind holding on to it, though? I don't really have a bag or anything to put it in right now. That's alright. Just remind me to give it to you later. Sure. I think it's starting. Look! Yeah, the fireworks are starting. My heart is just sort of dropping into my stomach. Suddenly, terrible realization hit me. Reza's making his move.
Hold on, don't go too fast now.
What's going on?
What's going on? I know where Reza is. Really? We need to stop him. We? What do you think I can do? He's twice as big as I am, and let's not forget about his weapon. I can try to hold him off. You go get help. Alright. Wait a minute. Give me the sphere. There you go. I watched as Lorem took the sphere from my hands and slid the finger over its interface in a peculiar way. After a few seconds, they were done and the sphere was back in my hands. It might not help you much, but if something goes wrong, just throw it at... Did he turn it into a fucking bomb? Alright. Where is he, anyway? The underground building. Let's go.
Let's see if Sebastian dies regardless, like he did in Bryce's ending.
Nope. Oh wait, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Suitcase leading against the portal. Nope, Sebastian's still alive.
Yay!
You know what? I'm not having this conversation with you again. What are you talking about? Your plan, Reza. I know all about it. Great, then stop wasting time and help me with this. I'm not here to help you. This is where it ends. What's your problem, Furea? You know about the comet, so we can't stay here. Just shut up, Reza. I'm not in the mood to talk with you anymore. I don't need to, because your friend has just arrived. Suddenly, Maverick and Lorem appeared next to me.
You planned this, didn't you?
You planned this, didn't you, Furea? Traitor! He pulled out his gun, not sure which of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go, I'll forget this ever happened. You've got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you could really do that, Reza? Do you think it's worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity. Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him.
We've seen this dance.
Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Fine. Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so.
1.
He pulled the trigger and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. My first instinct was to run away, but as Maverick and Lorem started charging, so did I.
2, 3.
Reza was quick with his aim and shot Maverick until he went down. Lorem took flight with a few beats of their wings, and was about to collide with Reza, but at the last moment, Reza got out of the way and hit Lorem with a well-aimed kick.
Aww.
You only got kicked, though, not shot. Yay!
Lorem collided roughly with the wall and fell to the ground. Remembering Lorem's words, I took the sphere and threw it towards Reza as hard as I could. At first, it looked like it was going to miss, but the sphere adjusted its path and flew straight towards him. Reza aimed at me, but the sphere hit him before he could pull the trigger. He lost his balance and stumbled backwards before he fell to the ground. As he got up, I saw that the barrel of his gun was now bent out of shape. When he realized this, he bolted toward the exit. I tried to stop him, but he hit me in the face with the gun's blunt end and ran past me. It took a few seconds until I composed myself and ran after him. As I went up the hill, I saw Reza was already taking his place while the portal did its starting routine. I ran up to the console and entered a few commands. Reza turned around and saw me. "What are you doing?" Reza walked off the platform, but I quickly ran around the console and threw my weight against him, just in time for the portal to start teleporting us. Lorem lived to tell the police what had transpired in the underground building. The conversation they had overheard was enough for the dragons to find out about the comet, and with the help of the portal's power source, they were able to divert it. As neither humanity nor the dragons knew where Reza and I had ended up, our visit was considered a failure. Humanity had decided that if our visit did not yield results, they would no longer try their luck with the portal and instead use their remaining energy to hold on as long as they still could. For the dragons, life went on as usual, but for our city, that outcome meant they had to continue to fight on their own. It was an uphill battle that was eventually lost when the city ran out of resources and fell.
Dragon survived. Now here's the question. He said it teleported you and Reza. I'm guessing that's because this time it actually wasn't changed to be only your biometrics. He was going home, but you intervened and you remembered the coordinates to going back in time, so you changed it.
Wow.
I don't know. What?
I'm unsure what to say.
This one just seemed like, even though it's a good ending, I suppose, for Lauram, this just means the death of humanity.
Yes, this one's the death of humanity, the survival of the dragons.
I find this view of Ipsum interesting, though.
Yeah, he looks quite girly.
Like Spyro.
Wait, Spyro is girly?
Some depictions have been, yes.
And now I'm getting 1 frame a second.
Come on.
There's good.
Well, you said you could also describe the bad ending, since we're probably
Don't stop it yet. Don't stop the recording. There's still something that's going to come up.
Ah.
Dynamo.
So, yeah,
So-
your brother was like, stop me, like, all
So
right,
it's
that's it. No.
there's a after story.
For this one, yes.
It's still such an awkward picture.
What, this
I
one?
know. I think it's probably just his face. His face, if you just changed it a little bit.
It just looks suggestive at that angle.
I know.
He's like, hey, I know all about you.
Hey, I know you bought. I know that you bought a package with the dildo, and I'm just here to deliver it. Want to try it out?
I tend
Angels with scaly wings.
Bum, 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 bum.
Well, the frame rate went up a little bit.
Sound effects.
Yep, frame rate went up.
We reappeared on the other side and collapsed to the ground. It was the day of my arrival in the Dragon's World, just as I had planned. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, look what the cat dragged in. You're supposed to be dead! Am I now? You're right, but today is not the day. She held up Rez's head and punched him. His body instantly went limp as he fell unconscious. Good job, Furea. Oh, is that yours? She pointed at the object on the ground behind me. When I turned around, I realized it was the Ixamen sphere. Whatever setting Lorem had activated had apparently prompted it to follow us, even through the portal. Not exactly. Better hold on to it regardless. Those things are expensive. She walked over to Rez's lower half and started lifting him by the leg. Come on and help me with this. We've got a long night ahead of us. Of bondage and torture?
Bondage and torture of Reza.
You've seen Lorem's good ending! The plan!
The plan.
Yay!
Well, you could probably describe what the bad ending is. Oh, there's Lorem all the way at the top left.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking tiny.
Bad ending. You don't bring the sphere, and it doesn't turn out so well.
I can guess how. Like,
Lorem gets shot or something.
His gun isn't bent for starters. So what happens usually when the gun's not bent and you're the only one standing? You dive behind the little generator and it gets shot and it blows up.
yeah, no, I can totally see that being horrible.
So that's dooming both of them.
No, and then Reza runs away and goes back home. Clay! See, now he's making a little model of that one human with the face on his chest.
What, the Blimpies thing?
Yeah, it's a blimmy.
That's fucking adorable.
So, anymore?
I'm gonna say not as much.
Lorem, you were an interesting character. Anyway, then there was one. Next time, we go to see Remy. Cheers to you, mate.